Hey, what's up, everybody? Just thought it's kind of like guided to do a little video, uh, share a little lesson that happened to me. It's kind of on the minor side, but probably somewhat basic. But kind of feel like I'm supposed to share it with people, and it was pretty cool just having the dots finally kind of connect. Anyways, I'm out here on the Colorado Trail. Was just way up there, if you can see at the top up there. I don't know, the trailhead's like 7,300 feet above sea level, or 7,300 foot elevation, whatever. And I don't know how high that was, but been walking for a minute. And earlier down at the bottom there, I did some pendulum healing and stuff for the land and for the ecosystem. And then I did some meditation and kind of having some guidance to just walk up the trail, and I'll know when I know when I get to where I need to go or whatever. And I'm like, all right, this is kind of weird. So I keep walking up the trail, and I talked to like a forest service guy, somebody who works out here. Something was like, hey, there's a really cool bridge way up that way. So it was like just up here around the bend. It was like several miles. It took me forever to find it, but on the way there, the point of the point of this basically is kind of how things finally, like some dots connected, some things clicked, as I've been doing a lot of energy healing and self-healing type of stuff, and learning pendulum alchemy and doing that to, resolve things I want to resolve with myself. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. And I come up this trail, look at this place, man. It doesn't get any better than this. Beautiful. I was way up there earlier. And I was feeling fine. I was feeling really good. That meditation, I connected into the ecosystem here, into Mother Gaia. You know what I'm saying? And immediately felt just amazing. I knew this is exactly what I needed to do. So I got up and walked up the trail, talked to that guy. He told me about the bridge. So I keep going, and I'm feeling great. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this fear comes up. And these fearful thoughts of like, hey, you got to turn around. My ego's like, yo, whatever. We don't need to go to that bridge. We've gone far enough. Turn around. You don't want to get like attacked by a mountain lion or a bear. And, we're up here where those animals live and whatever. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And so I just keep going, and, it persists. And I think to myself, well, I'm not worried about that. I've got what I need to, protect myself, and everything's all good. So I keep going, and then it dawns on me, just light bulb clicks. I'm like, well, I need to get rid of this fear. Like, it's coming up for me to do something with it. So I've acknowledged it, but now I need to like do something with it. You have to take an action, to like move through it, to, prove to your mind and body, because your body follows your mind, and, to prove all that stuff. So I'm like, all right, it just kind of clicked, and I was like, well, I don't know where this bridge is at. I don't know if I'm going to get to the bridge. It was, taking forever. So I just was like, hey, up here at the turn in the trail, but it was like 50 meters. When I get there, this fear is gone. It's going to be dissolved. I'm going to be done with it. Whatever's going on with my ego that's causing me to feel like this, that's going to be healed. I'm done with it. And once lo and behold, I get up there and maybe a little bit past that curve, and boom, I could just literally feel it lift off me. And I didn't have any more fear, and kept going, and found the bridge. And then kind of when I was on this way back here, on this descent coming back, I was kind of just felt like I'm supposed to share this with people. Maybe, maybe some people out there on my page or whatever need to hear this. I don't know. The basic message, just to be clear, is like we got to find a way that we can disconnect from the daily nonsense, and to, get your ego to get out of the way. You got to silence yourself, quiet yourself down, find a way to do that. For me, it was coming out here into nature. Once I get out into these woods and start walking, everything just quiets down immediately. And, for other people it might be like art, painting or whatever, but you need to find something like that and do that, and get out of your head. Make sure your ego's not running and chattering and all that kind of crap, and sit with yourself and feel what your body's trying to tell you, what your soul's trying to tell you. Feel and acknowledge what comes up. And erratic beliefs. I guess getting mauled by a fucking mountain lion or something's not really like erratic or like ridiculous, possibility. It could happen, but at the same time, like I could tell that it was just like an illusion. It was just garbage. It was just trying to get my attention. That's how this stuff works. Is this stuff comes up, and if you're not paying attention, if you're not aware, it's just gonna keep fucking with you. And you need to be able to shut your ego down, and that's how you do it. You feel, and then you acknowledge what it is, and you find a way that works for you to push through it, to prove to your mind and body that you're not scared of it anymore. Or it could be, it could be fear. For this time it was fear. Next time maybe it's some kind of negative belief, or I can't do this because of that, or whatever. Whatever it is for you, each time it'll be different, perhaps. I don't know. This is like literally the first time that happened for me, and it was very clear, the recipe. So you got to acknowledge, you got to feel and pay attention to what's happening, what comes up, and then find the best way for you, obviously safely and using common sense to, push through it. And it literally, and I mean, this is how some people teach for anxiety. It's the same thing. You have anxiety and fear of like driving or traveling over a bridge or whatever. You take baby steps and keep pushing past it, until you've overcome that fear or whatever. And you can do that with anything, with negative beliefs and whatnot. So, unhealthy emotions, you got to let them come up. You got to feel them. You got to let yourself feel them. I've had problems with that, and I'm trying to work on it. And then you got to find an action to like push through it and kind of solidify that change, solidify that release, if you will. So that's the message, that felt like I needed to share. Hopefully this reaches who it needs to reach. And love y'all. Holler at you later. Peace.